I were basically 11 years into the training process to become, for me to become an orthopedic surgeon, living up in Detroit, Michigan, and that's when the Slingshot Principle idea was started. It came from Julie. We were laying in bed talking one night after an extremely long week of work at the hospital, 70, 80 hours a week, sometimes more, sometimes 100. Work hours were a little different at the time, but long story short, it was a busy time. And it just felt like we were continually getting nowhere. I know we were getting close. She knew we were getting close to the time where we were going to finish residency and be available to start working. And we had already been through 4 years of undergraduate, getting a bachelor's of science, 4 years of medical school out in Southern California. And then here we are, 5 years of orthopedic residency in Detroit, Michigan. We're tired, worn out, and truly she came up with this idea as we were talking one night going, look, don't stop. We got to keep moving. I wasn't going to quit, but we were just tired. You just start to get like, is this ever going to end? Is this ever going to finish? And she coined the phrase, this is like a slingshot. It's like a slingshot principle where, we're basically holding back, continually delaying things, waiting, living in circumstances that are okay but not great, and just wanting to do more, wanting to have a better life, but we're slowly working towards that goal that we had set so long before. And guess what? She called it Slingshot Principle. And then that morphed into the Slingshot Principles, where we talk about the delayed gratification, waiting, having to be patient, slowing things down, and realizing that pullback piece, that phase that we talk about, that first phase of the Slingshot Principles, is that pullback. And sometimes that's long, sometimes that's short, but it's a process that you have to go through in order to gain that exponential success, which is phase 4. Phase 1 is just pulling back, hanging tight, and being patient. And it really was an eye-opening conversation where she gave me some perspective that I didn't have. We'd known it, we'd talked about it, but it wasn't like, oh my word, this is like 100% a name for it. And then it stuck. This is a slingshot. This is a slingshot effect, slingshot principle. So it was fun. We talked, and it's morphed into this whole process now of understanding and teaching others that pullback and alignment, and they basically the launch, and then the exponential phase that comes as that fourth phase of the Slingshot Principles. What a blessing it is. And most people quit, like we've talked about before. Most people quit in that pullback phase, whether or not it's 1 year or 6 months or 13 years for me in orthopedic orthopedic training. It's a long process, and most people quit at that level. But that's where it came from. That's the origin story of the Slingshot Principles. It came from my sweet wife, Julie Peterson. She's amazing. She's taught me so much. And that principle has stuck with me since that night that we talked. And it is the core premise behind why these principles work. Patience, dedication, delayed gratification, discipline,